Hello and welcome to another edition of Small World USA. This is a continuation of some footage from the Smoky Mountains, a vacation trip I took with my parents. We're in Paula Deen's restaurant, and it's kind of neat. You get to choose 4 sides, and it's kind of like the whole family style kind of thing. And dessert, everybody gets one. They have ooey gooey cake. So yeah, you get to pick it, and you get the plates, and away you go. There's my dad. They got a baseball water tower. That's kind of neat. This is the island. And there's the dessert. Jimmy Buffett is behind that whole thing. Margaritaville is part of it. But quite the entrepreneur he is. I'm in the city here now with my parents in Pigeon Forge. They have a timeshare, and it's over in Gatlinburg, but Pigeon Forge is like 7 miles away, due north. And it's good overflow for Gatlinburg when the hotels get booked up. There's probably room up here in Pigeon Forge. It's a huge Ferris wheel, and supposed to be the 4th largest. I don't know if that's in the U.S. or the world or what, but it's a pretty big one. But they certainly have some rides here for the youngsters. Wasn't as crowded as we thought it might be, because kids are back in school. And so this is a shopping area also, and then they had hotel rooms on the 2nd level. And so Jimmy Buffett has his hotel, so the room's up top. And they have live music. That's always a good thing. So this was just before Labor Day. In Michigan, technically, kids start after Labor Day. They're trying to change all that. Now, I don't know if it's Bellagio or Venetian, but the same guy that did the fountain out there in Las Vegas also did that one. I can't remember which hotel it was. So they got Alcatraz. It's kind of like the touristy kind of stuff going down here, a lot of that. And Jimmy is trying to get people to do those timeshares too, so you could get a free show if you're willing to sit through a 1 or 2 hour presentation where they do the high pressure trying to sell you a timeshare. So if you're good at saying no, you can get a couple free tickets anyways to see one of the shows. It's kind of like almost like Vegas or Branson, Missouri in a way, where they really have a lot of shows that you can see. Well, here's Smoky Mountains, and aptly named. Certainly, it's like low level, or we're high enough elevation so you touch some of the low clouds. All right, well then nighty night, that's usually what happens there when I got the black screen. And, yeah. It's not smoky like, fire kind of a thing, so not to be alarmed, just smoky with the fog. All right, well, we're going back. There's a nice tunnel when you go from Gatlinburg to Pigeon Forge. There's a neat little tunnel you have to go through. So we're going back to Pigeon Forge. It's the family vacation hub. And I just wanted to check out Dollywood. Parrot Mountain is where all those birds are. And here, you have to pay for park. I'm not a big fan of that. If you're going to patronize an amusement park, why the hell do you have to pay for parking? That seems nuts. So Dollywood was straight ahead. They have a splash fountain, but it was kind of weird. They had the remnants of Harvey that came up here and was dropping a little rain. Not too terribly bad, but enough that they said, listen, we're going to be closed on this particular day. I think this was a Thursday. And so here's a look at the map, give you the lay of the land for the splash park. But yeah, it was all closed up, so it was kind of like Wally World kind of thing, if you're familiar with that movie. And I came here, and it's like everything's closed. So it's like, gosh darn, wanted to do something, and nothing could be done. It was locked down. And so was the amusement park, the Dollywood, which I think you have to take a tram. Love every moment. Now here we got some rain, and this was the outer bands of Harvey that were spinning around. The one that came up, the one from Houston. And the western side of Tennessee got quite a bit of rain. It was flooding in a few places. This is the show we saw, Smoky Mountain Opry. So we're going to park the vehicle and step inside. They even have a Hard Rock Cafe. So you know they're doing it right. So we went in, enjoyed the show. It was nice. Good entertainment. Little mix of country music and dancing and acrobats and whatnot. Here I just wanted to see where they had a big cross up top on the mountain. Pretty scenic all the time, you know, looking at the Smokies, especially for us people living in flat country. It's nice to see some hills. That's bear power, black bear power. But a lot of nice wood carvings. If I wasn't taking a flight back home and had the car, it would have been easy enough to buy one and put it in the trunk and then display it either in the house or outside. I'd be afraid it'd walk away if I put it outside, but it looked good in the house. In just a little bit, I'll go back to Savannah, Georgia, and then the last 20 minutes or so will be Daly in the Alley. So I'll make it back to the Detroit area. Daly in the Alley is a nice welcome back party that Wayne State University has. And it's in an alley, so it's aptly named. But yeah, looking at the Smokies, and it's ever changing, so at any given time or moment, it's nice just to take a peek outside and look around. I think I'm going to get a rainbow here shortly. We had a 4-night timeshare, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I think this is Friday morning there, August 31st. Oh, well, maybe not. Kind of looking at the moon. Let's see, September 1st. Well, they have observation decks and whatnot. Yeah, no, this is Thursday night. I decided to check out some of the action, and they have a ton of hotel rooms. I wouldn't doubt they have more hotel rooms in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge combined than Detroit has. And they are really set up for tourism. Well, they're doing some street cleaning. Yeah, I just checked out a little of the bar action. This was the unit, so it gives you an idea. I should have showed it before we kind of lived in it for a while, but, you know, that was a quick peek. All right, now, this, I believe, is Friday morning. Not that it really makes a difference. When you're on vacation, what difference does the day make? Although certainly traffic can be an issue, much more so on the weekend kind of a thing. But yeah, nice blue sky. Yep. And, well, here's the sun peeking through and lighting this up here, but they do big business for the fall color tours. And there's the rainbow. One of the workers that was there pointed it out, and it's like, yeah, right about there should be a pot of gold. So they say. I've never had any luck. But new construction here and there. But yeah, there's a lot of timeshares and various units too that you can have. Those, yeah, I'm not even sure. In the forest fire, they had a fire back in November of 2016, so you can see the trees. They didn't take them all the way to the ground, but burned off all the leaves and so forth. But Mother Nature's pretty resilient, and probably in a year or so, you won't even know that there was the fire. Things are starting to get green again. Okay, here's back inside. Microwave, stove, fridge, blender, I guess that was. The main bedroom here, queen-size bed. Bathroom complete with toilet, shower, lights, mirror, sink, action. And then in here, the washer-dryer combo. This was the main office, so we shared some happiness. This was, well, their rec area, and then they're also their pool, but where you check in and all that. They had a little whirlpool kind of thing. And so all in all, a nice place to stay. They had a nice patio here, some furniture. It's all about the relaxation kind of thing. That's what vacations are for. Just to forget about everything else. Stress-free. Okay, now it's time to head back home. The parents live in Pompano Beach, Florida, which is on the Gold Coast. It's just north of Fort Lauderdale. And but we took their vehicle and drove up here. Here's another neat tunnel. But yeah, going to spend the night in Savannah, Georgia. It'll be a 2-day road trip. It's about 1,200 miles. I love these tunnels. Wonder what's on the other side. But quite the engineering and construction feat when you think about it, just blasting a way through a mountain and putting a tunnel in. Certainly makes the drive a lot easier. But you really have to watch your P's and Q's when you're coming out of the Smoky Mountains, because winding roads. Okay, this is where we stayed in Savannah. Ironing board and an iron. They had a TV. And this time, 2 double beds. My parents had their own room. Little fridge, microwave. And had the toilet, shower, sink. The whole kit and caboodle. Just what you'd expect. So, parents, we stayed here at the Days Inn was next door. That wasn't an Econo Lodge. Okay, back to Savannah, Georgia. The parents wanted to rest in the hotel room. I wanted to do some exploring, so here we are. As far as architectural gems, it's hard to go wrong with the bridge. They all have their unique style and look different at different times of the day and so forth, but it's something to look at. Okay, music going on.
September, jumped out in bed, put his best suit, hopped in the car and raced like a jet all the way to you. Knocked on your door with heart in his head to ask you one question, 'cause he knows that you're a little fashion man.
Labor Day weekend, the Friday night, and I thought, oh, it's like a Labor Day celebration kind of thing, but no, it's a bacon festival. I'll get back to the other side. I kind of wanted to check out this island. This is an island in the Savannah River, but they have their convention facility and a big hotel, and then they have the ferry service here. So maybe for $1.50, I don't know what it was, but I could have gone across, but I had the car. Here we see the paddle boat, but the paddle wheel doesn't work, apparently. Still, it looks cool going down the river. This youngster was having a lot of fun. Because it rained earlier, there was a nice clear water puddle, and he had fun riding his bike, kept going through the puddle. It's just like kids that age that not care about jumping in water and getting dirty in the mud or anything, so. Oh. Well, it was thumbs up. I forget what I think it was that Journey's song where they say South Detroit. But here's a look at the bridge from the bottom, basically. And certainly the steel support lines there, the suspension lines. And then you get the barbed wire look, too. That's a bonus. Oh, yeah. This has got to be the biggest, greatest, largest, greatest Dane in the world. Can you imagine somebody making a Great Dane bigger? So let's read about, there's a warning. Oh, man, can't climb. No climbing. I've been duly warned. Yeah, that's a big Great Dane. And then fireworks. It's kind of crazy. They do it up for the Bacon Fest. Yeah. And I'm kicking myself. I was just messing around this area. Well, it wasn't even that late, 9:30. But on the local news for Savannah. I wanted to check out the port facility, but this is their industrial area too. But Georgia Ports Authority, I was told this is the second largest port on the east side for the U.S. anyways. Maybe not for like all of South America, but outside of New York, they do the second most cargo freight or whatnot, unloading these containers and the like. So the Savannah River, obviously, is pretty deep. And they use probably a good 5 miles of the Savannah River up till about the interstate where it hits like I-95. This was a colorful American Inn. They were all decked out. I was trying to look for this huge cargo ship. It was like the second largest cargo ship, really super tall, and apparently it just made its way under the bridge that we saw earlier. This is heavy industry here. Look at all the tubing. So I like that industrial look. And then Mother Nature look is good too with those trees. But I never did see that big ship. Cocktails and dreams. All right, well, they have these walking paths, and they stonework here. I'd love to know all the history here, but you get these neat little vantage points with these pedestrian bridges. And the cobblestone. We'll get a little live music here too in a little bit. But that's where I was earlier. The convention center is there. And I was hoping I'd still get some of that live music going on, but I didn't hear nothing, so I was trying to do my cargo ship thing. And okay, it's a Westin hotel. I didn't know exactly the name. Okay, Bacon Fest, the riverstreetsavannah.com. And yeah, I got here and look, they're tearing down. Into the beach. Yeah, so you snooze, you lose. Support global cooling, definitely. And look at the prices. These are awesome. Usually at these festivals, they kind of rake you over the coals, but Waving Girl Dock, that's an interesting name. So here was the official banner, September 1st through the 4th. But have to head tomorrow, which would be the Saturday, and make it back to Pompano Beach. So just one night here on the back end of the trip. Oh, they got a red light district. Don't you know? Okay. Hutchinson Island, I guess is that island. Oh, here we go. Some live music. Cigars over there. Yeah, neat little club. We're all proud to be American. And that would be the flag of Georgia beneath Old Glory. Here a closer look at the cobblestone, and well done. It would be good to wear a good pair of walking shoes if you do go through Savannah. And so another look at the bridge, and yes, some cargo boat action, yes. see if I could find someone walking around. Who is manning the ship? But it was super dark. It must not have been a good moon night, like maybe the new moon kind of thing. So things, are hard to make out. But yeah, I see it going by. It wasn't going to slip by me without me noticing. So yeah, it's kind of a stealth, going real quiet. But NYK Rumina out of Singapore, so I don't know. It probably went through the Panama Canal. It's going to go back that way. And those trees, cypress trees, I believe, but mystical. Everybody would maybe have their own name, but then you got like vine action growing. Vegetation's always a little different from what we're normally used to. You'll always see different stuff. So, okay, here it is, the Hertz Ghost Tours. So, yeah, you can take a tour in a Hertz. That'd be sketty. Sketty. But it is that time of year. Well, the Lucas Savannah Philharmonic opening night. They have a tap house. That kind of reminds me of New Orleans there. Those balconies. Artsy town, so we're going to see some art. Bottle cap. Who knew? Not bad. $50. Art doesn't have to match the couch. How true. And then, well, they had an Irish pub. They're rare these days, so I like to step in when I have the chance. This one, yeah, they were all into the Irish thing, decorated kind of like you'd expect. And the dartboard. And a real one, too. Oh, they were doing it. I kind of photobombed them, but they were having a good time. And if you buy a drink, they allow you to walk out in public with it for just a certain block area. So they really cater kind of to the youth crowd to maybe like bar hop a little bit. I don't even know what the Savannah is set up in a grid pattern with these awesome little square parks every few blocks. They got a ton of them. I should show the map again. And these decorative fire hydrants, nice color combo there. And so here in a park, then they'll have various statues and monuments for any number of reasons. This car caught my eye here. This is styling. I don't think you see too many of these on the road, so this might be a top end one. I'm not sure. Just window shopping. I'm not a shopper per se, but some things look good in the light, actually. So, and at nighttime. And this camcorder, even though it's old school, it really picks up low light conditions pretty good. So it's not HD. So if you're hoping to have HD out there, no can do. But I grew up with black and white, so this is good enough. Yeah, doesn't have to be HD. Look at these shoes. The lady's getting wild. And this for the strange and unusual. Wow. Too bad they weren't open. I would have taken a peek inside. But the youth crowd, they were hanging out at the Rocco Lounge. I don't know if it's a smoke outside policy or what the deal was. Here, totally awesome bar. And the architecture, you got to notice that too. This is the Southern Charm kind of part of the country. I was looking for a Born On date, but nice brickwork. The Walking Company. I like these old-time storefronts, though, where they have the inset like that. These things probably are going to come back. These type buildings in cities, retrofitted, repurposed, reused. But look, that's a gorgeous building there. And the ladies were out on the prowl. And that's Eco Lounge. Yeah, it's nice when you can walk around and actually do window shopping at night. Social Club. I didn't go to any of these particular places, but certainly this stretch here had a lot of the young folk right in this neighborhood. I should be showing a map, but it's an easy walkable city, and it's fun just walking from block to block. Ooh, you can take this slow ride. Here's like a hotel lobby, nice lighting. Ooh, you could do your milkshake thing there, but watch out, don't get too crazy. They have security. Okay, but the parents, Mercury Milan. All right, well, that was it for Savannah. This is... No. All right, here, finally I show the map. Well, there's Savannah on the eastern seaboard and just north of Fort Lauderdale. So, the state seal, and they have a great welcome center. You get a map, and there's amazing inside, and they have a free orange juice or grapefruit juice. There you go. I tried the grapefruit. It was pretty good. All right, now we're back, and this is trying to head to A1A, but they have that intercoastal, so the bridges go up. They kind of alternate with different ones, but every hour, either on the top of the hour or the bottom of the hour. The fishing pier. Now, the hurricane, this was after Harvey, but before Irma. So this is a new restaurant. I thought, well, when they just still were working on the roof, how secure could it have been? But apparently they pretty much went unscathed. My dad said, yeah, they're working on it. So Irma hit certainly, or made landfall on the west side of Florida, but for a spell there, it was thought it might hit Miami or skirt up the east side of Florida. And then there would have been more things, but wasn't, well, Florida certainly is going to take a while to recover, but I'm just saying the parents had water damage in their unit, but other than that, the power remained on, and, you know. Otay. This is the new parking deck, and it's got like shark teeth. And there's the big church there with their steeple. And Fort Lauderdale's behind that hotel there. And yeah, not much moon action, but there's the pier out there. Okay, well, pretty still. All right, getting ready for the flight home. And the cruise ships, their port facility for Fort Lauderdale is right here. So you can see a couple of cruise ships. They're docked. So this is a Saturday morning. I took Delta. And here we go. And now we can do a little urban planning. Look at a better look at the port of Fort Lauderdale. That's the official name, but that's where the cruise ships dock. Yonder is the Everglades. They took so much of the swampland, and then, yeah. Here, a big quarry. These are always fun to check out. The water always seems like turquoise. But yeah, if you like Tonka toys, I'm sure a lot of those vehicles are bopping around in there. Looks like a nuclear reactor. And little low-level clouds here. Well, it's good to be back on the ground. Look at mass transportation. Now, if we could run that gizmo to downtown, that would be perfect. But it just runs the length of the airport. Oh. There goes all my pennies. Well, back in the good old USA, well, never left, but look at the get your Spanx on. Okay, great comeback city. Woohoo! And then this was Labor Day weekend, so the Detroit Jazz Festival was going on. DET.com. That's the website. Okay, and that's that. I gotta switch tapes. And we're gonna go to Daly in the Alley. Alright. And this is always the first Saturday after Labor Day. But first, before even that, I went to the Stonehouse because they were going to have this blues festival. Here it said Sunday, September 9th. And no cover. That's cool. There, and it says closed. Sorry, temporarily closed. It's like, what? You're going to have a blues festival? You even got the poster on the front there. But, and what is it on the other side? Yeah, it's going to be, it was scheduled for the 10th. This is the 9th, I believe. Purple Gang, they used to hang out here, so they actually have a beer named after them. Here, they suspended the license of this establishment for, there were a few reasons given there, but I don't have my handy-dandy reference book or cross-reference guide. I can't tell you what the violations actually are, but what a bummer. They had additional parking across the way. It was starting to get popular. Well, a lot of people know about it. Here now, United Sound Systems. They were thinking of tearing this down because they keep wanting to add on to I-94. But they just put this up, I don't know if it was earlier in the year, but within a year, they just put this sign. And so if you can speed read, John Lee Hooker, Alberta Adams. I've heard her sing Alberta. So on the back side, there's even more information. So there's some history going on, or a lot was made, I should say, at this location. Disco Lady. Now there's the waste incinerator. That's something that is like the big great white elephant in the city. So I-94, they were going to expand, and they said this building had to move, but apparently, I guess with the historic designation, it might be able to stay right where it's at. So, freeway here. We should get back into that music thing and have these recording studios and promote it a little bit more. Okay, well, there's the Marines have a band, and they performed downtown or something, but unbeknownst to me, here it says Detroit's oldest party, but the Marines are going to perform at Nancy Whiskey's. Yeah, here they're setting up the stage, and this is in the back lot. So they have a nice little patio area covered, and they have more room outside than they do inside, but a nice little gig they got going. And vegetation, Mother Nature and all that. But this is in the North Corktown neighborhood. So this is what they called it, Marine Week. So if you caught that website, that's how you could have learned more. And you still can. And they do the Irish thing here. Look at the counties. 32 of them. And a real dartboard. For real. You might want to move the table, though, when the bull starts to play. Bullseye. You shoot for that red, but there's strategy to be sure. Okay, well, they have artwork. I'm going to make it to the Dally in the Alley very shortly. What doesn't air this week, I'll be able to put on next week's show, the following one.
Summit Place Kia in Waterford and Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township. Call 1-800-NEW-KIAs or summitplacekia.com.
All right. Well, had to park over there. I opted for the free parking, but I'm going to check out the old Miami first. So I got here after 6, but they got a band lineup, all sorts of entertainment.
I got this feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. House to the left me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you.
There was the poster. Trust me, I'm going to eventually make it there. I'm taking my sweet old time.
People keep on learning. You can clap your hands too if you like. Soldiers keep on warring. Well, keep on turning. Just gotta keep it. It's only long. Oh no. No one's gonna bring me down. Till I reach the higher ground. It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I can teach you. But I have to charge my milkshake. Bring all the girls to the yard, damn right. It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I can teach you. But I have to see you on it. Brings all the girls to the yard, damn right. It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I can teach you. But I have to charge. Oh, that's a woman? Right. Thank you, ma'am. As long as it's free, I want your love. What do I want? I want your love. Thank you very much. It's coming around again.
All right. I'm slowly walking to the deli in the alley. Meanwhile, it's through the Cass Corridor neighborhood, which was notorious in the past. But now, it's pretty cool. They have artwork in that Cass Cafe, plus food and beverage. Okay, pretty much in sync. Old Main, Sweet Lorraine's. They have some fabulous deals. Never been, but the four-legged friends were frolicking in the park. All right, now we're getting here. Deli in the alley.
It's like 9:30.